Well, this is something very different than what we typically talk about and review here at Garage Deluxe. This is the Rolls Royce Cullinan, the go anywhere, do anything Rolls Royce SUV, and what a vehicle it is. This is a very special edition full of bespoke options. Rolls Royce tells me this is probably the top spec Cullinan that they have. I got a phone call a couple of days ago, and basically I was asked, would you be available for us to drop a Rolls Royce by? And my initial response was, are you sure you got the right guy? But yeah, it seems like they did have the right guy. So here it is, the Rolls Royce Cullinan. What an amazing vehicle. We're going to drive it in a minute. But first, I thought I would share some details with you. As you can see, it's a very imposing vehicle. On the front, we have the beautiful Spirit of Ecstasy. I'm going to walk around it. And it is dirty because I drove it last night. I actually went and picked up my daughter, who is a car enthusiast as well, and took her and my grandson to dinner in this with my wife. A very imposing vehicle. It is actually a very heavy vehicle. I think it weighs around 7,000 pounds, but amazingly, it doesn't drive like a super heavy vehicle. The ride is, well, absolutely incredible. I'm going to open the doors. Again, I apologize for it being dirty, but we did really enjoy our time with it last night. Showed it to a lot of friends and family. Interior is absolutely gorgeous. As you can see, it has the turquoise accents on the seats. Beautiful dash arrangement. The dash is very reminiscent, I guess, of a classic 1930s airplane. I'm going to show you some features over there on the steering wheel and on the other side of the dash in a moment. Here in the back, very, well, like, I guess, propane truck driving by. Very commanding seating. The seats are fully adjustable. I'm going to tilt this one up just a little bit and show you this. It is equipped with the cocktail tables, as you can see. Also has the built-in screens. That allows you to monitor what's going on in terms of the nav system and the audio and all that. There are additional controls here so that you can control all that. In here, we have a beautiful whiskey decanter. Up here, this is actually a built-in champagne chiller. And we turned it on last night just for fun, and it works very, very well. The glasses were ice cold. Unfortunately, we didn't have any champagne to go with it, but hey, perhaps next time. Storage in the center console. Oh, I already opened that, sorry. Anyway, all the controls for the seat. The seats go up and down and sideways, and they have massaging features, as do the ones in the front. Audio system can only be described as, well, absolutely incredible. The styling, you know, it depends on which angle, how I feel about it. From the front, I think it's very, very beautiful. I think it works very well. From the rear, I don't know. I don't seem to like it quite as much. However, when you're driving this thing, who cares? You ride on the inside. And as I said, the inside is absolutely gorgeous. There are umbrellas that are stashed in the doors so that you, should you get wet. The controls here, these are very reminiscent of a classic Rolls Royce of the 1920s. It's meant to evoke that, as are the steering wheel controls. And I'm going to post some pictures of a classic Silver Ghost so you can see what I'm talking about. Down here, let's see if I can move the seat forward. We have footrests down here on the bottom, as well as vents for your feet. Again, more features, controls on the console. Beautiful. I mean, everywhere you look, the details are just incredible. The Spirit of Ecstasy on the door. So the audio system is something you just have to experience. I'm going to sit in here, if I can, and I'm going to start it. Got some of my gear on the floor, so I want you to listen to this. Even the chimes are elegant. Phenomenal vehicle. I feel very privileged that Rolls Royce offered to loan this to me. A little surprised, but that's okay. Wonderful panoramic moonroof. You know, this is a next level vehicle, and I'm going to strap the GoPro and everything on in a minute. We're going to go drive it, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it and do some of the specs and kind of do a typical car drive review like we usually do. But I just wanted to show you the beauty of this thing. Just incredible. Obviously, it's not aimed at a poor guy like me. And as most of you know, I'm Greg the Corvair guy. You can see some of my junk over there in the background. So, yeah, this is a rare privilege. Anyway, we're going to strap the GoPro on it now and go drive it, and I'll tell you all about it and what it's like to drive it. And I can already tell you it's pretty doggone nice. Well, someone told me a long time ago that you don't park a Rolls Royce, you position a Rolls Royce. And apparently in a Rolls Royce, you don't shut your own doors either, because they shut for you. The doors also have a soft touch feature like you would find on a high-end kitchen cabinet, meaning you pull them to a certain point and they close themselves. This is the 2019 Rolls Royce Cullinan. As a base price, are you ready for this, folks, of $325,000. Our test vehicle is equipped with over $100,000 in options, bringing the total sticker to a, well, rather staggering $420,630. It's equipped with a 563 horsepower, 6.75 liter twin turbocharged V12. Makes 627 pound-feet of torque. I don't know if people tow with the Cullinan, but I'm sure that it would tow anything that you want. The miles per gallon is a combined 14, 12 in the city, 20 on the highway. But I doubt many people that are buying a Cullinan are very concerned about what the gas mileage is. It has some amazing options on this thing, and the veneer is a very expensive option. It has heated passenger surrounds, an indulged bespoke clock, uplit spirit of ecstasy, meaning that if you can see up here on the bonnet, the spirit of ecstasy is lit at night. Beautiful stitching, contrasted seat piping, picnic tables, lamb's wool floor mats, and I took my shoes off last night because, well, it's a Rolls Royce and they're pretty nice. This bespoke audio system, fixed rear seat middle console, destination charges, and a gas guzzler tax, as I said, brings the full total of $420,630. I'll put my seat belt on. As I said in the previous section of the video, the controls are meant to evoke a classic Rolls Royce, which had the quadrants for the spark and those types of things. The climate control system does not say low, it says soft, and I'm going to turn that down a little bit so hopefully you can hear a little bit better. Gear shift on a Rolls Royce is a little different as well. It's this small stalk here, and we're now in drive, and so we'll pull off. And I don't know exactly how to describe the driving experience of this. It's unlike anything I've ever driven. I've been really privileged to drive all kinds of interesting cars, both old and new. As I said, it's a very heavy vehicle, but it manages not to feel ponderous in any way. It rides, well, like a cloud. You know, the only thing I was trying to think of a superlative or a way to describe what it's like to drive this thing, and it's like driving through liquid mink. How's that? Just made that up. You like that? I did drive it over to visit my daughter in Beaumont last night and took her and my grandson to dinner. And wow, what a wonderful trip. It has the massaging seats. If I can reach down here and turn them on. Let's see if I get the right button. And it should light up on the dash and tell you that we have the massaging sheets on. I have it in whole body activation because, well, if you're going to do it, let's do it right. The audio system, as I said, just is phenomenal. I'm not going to turn it up because it wouldn't really do you justice on this video. The handling is not bad. I mean, the ride is very, very supple, and so you would kind of tend to think this thing would wallow in the corners. And it does have a little bit of body roll, but it never feels like it's out of control. I did drive another Cullinan off-road back in May. The sister to this car. It was the less expensive version. And it is quite the capable off-roader. I would say it's probably mostly limited by the tires that are on it. It has really nice supple all-weather tires, which gives it a wonderful ride. It is extremely quiet in here. In the back we have a division window between the cargo space and the passenger compartment. We wouldn't want to hear our golf clubs rattling around with me, and boy, that seat feels nice. When you push it, man, it goes. I mean, it just accelerates, and no fooling. Brakes are phenomenal. You definitely can feel the heft when you accelerate and you have to shut down from a, you know, like passing a car or something like that. You definitely feel the heft at that point. You know, I used to kind of scratch my head and say I wouldn't, you know, would never buy something like this even if I had the money, and I'm going to have to revise that. First of all, this is not aimed at a guy like me. It's aimed at somebody that's a very high net worth individual. They probably are going to pay cash for it. They likely have other vehicles, maybe even a private airplane or jet or something like that. I mean, it is $420,000. But I get it. I do, because it is just phenomenal. I mean, if you drive something like this and then you get back in a, dare I say, an ordinary car, you can most definitely immediately tell the difference. I pulled up to a convenience store last night. My wife and I got a coffee, and we came out, and the lady said, "Pardon me, sir, is this your Rolls Royce?" And I said, "Why, yes. Yes, it is." Of course, then I told her that I review cars and it was on loan, but I let her set it and take pictures. People point at this thing. They immediately recognize it as something very different and very special. And, well, it is really wonderful. It's a great car. I want to remind you guys of a couple things. We are now GarageDeluxe.fm and GarageDeluxe.com, or Garage DLX, I should say. We're an award-winning website and award-winning radio podcast. We play music 24/7, 365. Have my co-host Jesus Garcia and Nathan Tazlar. Hope you will tune in. We're on every Saturday, noon to 2 and 5 to 7. We rebroadcast every weekday from noon to 2 p.m. We call ourselves the Three Stooges of the automotive world. We have lots of fun, play lots of great music, and talk all the latest automotive news. We have car reviews. We have guests. And again, we're very proud of the fact that we are all multiple award winners. Our website and our podcast have won an award, and each of us have also won awards from the Texas Auto Writers Association individually. So again, be sure and tune in and enjoy Tales from the Garage. We don't always review a Rolls Royce, but when we do review a Rolls Royce, we do it right. Thanks, folks. Thanks for listening. Hope you've enjoyed it. And, well, I'm going to go drive the roller a bit more.